What's up, gang?
It's Man Bear Pig!
Today we're doing an oil change on the Jeep. And I know I've already done a video on that. So this is going to be a little bit of a new concept. We're going to be speed running the oil change on the Jeep today. Let's see how fast I can get this shit done.
Whoa, that was weird.
Good thing about the Jeep is I don't have to jack it up.
No way, no way, no way, no way!
I don't have to put it up on ramps.
What?
I can just crawl right under it. Oil filter's right on top.
Bet that.
And I'm also changing from 5W20 to 5W30 oil today. I have noticed I'm burning a little bit of oil. I got under it. It's not leaking anywhere. And not since I did the valve covers. So we're going to be switching oil as well today. See, now I got the doors off already. It's been a nice day. Nice couple days. Now we're just going to do a time lapse and see how fast I can do it. Alright guys, I'm about to hit start on the stopwatch. Let's do it. 1, 2, and 3, go. Alright gang, so as we can tell, I think that wasn't a very clean run considering all the oil that's underneath the driveway. I definitely did not place the oil pan in the correct spot like I thought I did.
Duh.
But my time was 9 minutes and 4 seconds for that. I think for the next one there should be some more ground rules established. Like maybe it should be from the time the beauty cover comes off until the time the beauty cover goes back on. I didn't realize that until after I'd already put it on. But this is my first oil change speed run, to be honest with you.
Yay!
We'll definitely have to establish some ground rules for the next one. If you guys have any ideas, just put it down in the comments down there. But welcome to the first annual oil change speed run on the Jeep. Now I'm going to be unboxing my new side mirrors. These are for when the doors are off. As you can tell, I got no mirrors. It's a little weird. I do have the rear view mirror still. You can see I have been doing regular oil changes. I should probably drop those off at the auto store whenever I get the chance. Now I'm going to open up these bad boys and we'll get them installed.
Yeah, bro.
Now these things were 50 bucks off Amazon. They do have a cheaper version, they're just basic. But these look cool, so I thought I'd get them. Okay, there it is. And then I'm going to show you when they're all mounted on the Jeep. Alright, and then we'll show you the next clip. It'll be mounted on the Jeep. We'll see how they look.
Bet that.
Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do before we mount this mirror is get our tools. We do have a drill, or you can use a ratchet, and then you'll use the T40 bit to take off the bolts there. We need to unhook this little cable there, and then we'll unhook this guy here. There's the cable right there that we'll be unhooking, and then the door will come right off. This does have a little clip that you gotta push with your finger. And then I'll try and hold it just so I don't rip any wires out. Try being the key word, but I got it out. There we go. I'll loosen this guy off here. Should be pretty simple. It's just a little hook that slides over there. And now the door is free. Now the door is free to bump into your front fender. So look how far that thing opens. Look how far that opens right there. That is insane. And the mirror is hitting the actual hood. Now we're going to take off the door. What you have to do to get the door off is grab it and lift it up, because it is a little easier to do if the windows are down. I just reconnected it to roll it down. Then if you grab the handle and the mirror, you actually just lift it up and out. Or you can grab the bottom and the top here. You can grab it like this. And it pops right out. You just want to be really careful with it, because you will scrape up the bottom. I've already done that. The paint's probably gone by now. Now you got 2 bolts to take off. You can use these, however, I have found the mirror sits a little weird. So I will use the top 2 here. Maybe if I read the instructions it would tell me, but I did not read them.
You're such a boomer.
It seemed pretty simple to me. But you know, men don't read directions. And we're just gonna take our T40 bit, loosen that bad boy up. Now what you have to do is loosen this thing up here. And then you'll pull this guy out. Don't lose your washer. There you go. And then we will pop this off of there. A little bit difficult to do one-handed. Alright, now you're going to pop this thing off. It just slides like so. As you can see in the bottom there, it's got a little square, that's got a little square there. It just pops right together. And then you'll take this piece here and we'll bolt it to the holes that are now empty.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So I'm pretty much just going to line this up with the hole. As you can see there, that's lined up there. That one lands up there, and then we'll stick our bolt in there. Now I like to thread these by hand at first, just so you don't cross thread them. And then we'll do the same thing on, and then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Just start threading them by hand a little bit. If you grab the outer edges with your fingernails, you can see it turns better. Now we'll just tighten them down. Part's gonna be tricky to film, but you just slide this back down on there, stick it in.
That's what she said.
Then you take this little screw that you took out and start threading it in there. And then once that is tight, you are good. You got your new off-door mirrors. on the Jeep. Doesn't that look awesome? I like them. They are a little bit bigger mirrors than normal. These ones are a little bit smaller on the door, as you can see, but that's really not an issue, especially if you're doing off-roading, because you can actually see the back tires in this mirror when you're sitting in the driver's seat after you get them adjusted. So you can see really good with these mirrors. I mean, you can see okay with the stock mirrors, but it's really not as good as those. It definitely takes some getting used to for sure. But it's better than not having mirrors on when you got your doors off, from my experience. Alright guys, that's how you put on your off-door or off-road mirrors, whatever you want to call them. They're mirrors that you have when your doors are off. I appreciate you guys stopping in. If you got anything from this video, hit that sub. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Pieces. Nope. Deuces.
Credits go!